Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, depending on who you are. You might be 2 and you might be watching this, you might be 0 and watching this, but my name is Evil Dragon, and joining me is someone who is a bit older than 2. It is Vectro, who is 1 year older than me. So there we are, and how are you, Vectro? Long time no see.
Long time no see, no indeed. I'm doing fine. This is the first time I'm going to commentate on JACKOCAR. We've commentated for a while together, and we haven't commentated for a while together either, so I'm happy to be back, and yeah, it's always fun to step into the commentary box with our Evil Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is, of course, for JACKOCAR, a series that is one of my favourite little series to race in, of course. The Cup and the Kia series. I'm always in the Kia series, and of course, thanks to the wonderful owners, Mr. Jacko, who is here tonight, by the way, in the box. Good old Jacko 10509, which is a long name as well. So we've got a lot to go through, Vetro, a lot of beautiful things. But if you're new to JACKOCAR, like I am, and I'm 100% going to butcher the rules during this stream, 100%, because I always do it, because I'm very terrible at reading rule books. But we have 3 people that will be doing a one-stop today, and everyone else, depending on the weather, I mean, if it's raining, then everyone's doing many stops, because if it isn't wet, then things get interesting. So let's hope it's dry, Vetro. But 3 people will be doing that beautiful, beautiful one-stop, and those people I'll get onto in just a moment. But first, in 10 seconds, Vetro, we find out, is it going to be raining, or is it going to be dry when we get in? What's your prediction?
Ooh. I think it's going to be dry. I think the higher chances are dry. But it is Great Britain, of course. You never know.
Yeah, you never know here in Great Britain. I mean, it could be absolutely raining. Roll the drums, and the answer is it's sunny. Well, who would have thought that? Better, we've got some sunshine.
I've won the bet.
You've won the bet. You win, I don't know what you win. Cookie?
Yeah, why not?
You win cookie, there we go. But we've got just a few minutes to go, of course, until people start getting out on the racetrack. And of course, first up it will be Jacko as well. I've got a nice laptop here, so I can actually do it at the same time as commentating, which is always good now. It's the technology progress through time. But for the drivers, Vetri, we've got some very familiar faces to me. We've got, of course, Newgarden, we've got Clark, Indecisive, Quinn, Jake, Risky, we've got Jack, we've got pretty much all of them I know. I'm pretty certain some of them you will know as well.
I only know 2 of them, which is not a lot. I know Jess, of course, and I know Speedy Racer. That's the only ones I actually know.
Well, there we go then. So, if you are new here, as I have a bug on my screen, get away, buggy. There we go. It's attacking me. Little friend. There we go. But,
so, the rules.
Yes.
We are now waiting on the qualifying.
Yep.
What are we going to expect from the qualifying?
Well, we're waiting, of course, a few minutes, of course. 14:45 in game time. That is when the first car come out. That will be Mr. Jack Ricketts, of course, a.k.a. Jacko. So we'll be seeing him out first for his honorary lap of being the owner. He gets a free slot after that for a few minutes. And, of course, next will be Sullivan as well, which is a car, which we'll find out when it goes out, because me and names don't get on very well. So we can have fun there. I believe that's Sully. Though I'm sure I'll be proven exactly wrong in around about 3 minutes. So there we are as well. Now, of course, if you're getting your comments in the chat as well, it'll be always good to see. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bar as well if you're new, because we like having people come and visit us today. So that's that one.
The more the better.
It's definitely the more the better, but I can tell you one thing, Patrick. Here around Silverstone, first hosted a race in 1950. Technically 1948 was the first Grand Prix race around here. That was on a very much different circuit to the one that was in 1950, which is, of course, the one we all kind of recognise, of course. 1950 pretty much all the way up to 1991 before the former layout to this one, the 91 to 2009 layout, came into form. Of course, that was where it went left into Abbey, where, of course, the old pit straight also existed. And since then, of course, we've ran this beautiful layout, which I will say I do not like that much.
We kind of missed the bridge section, don't we?
Yeah, we miss our bridge section, one of the best sections on this circuit. flying through there. But I think in just a few moments' time...
Oh, I see the gearing going into 1 on Jacko.
Yeah.
It went from neutral to 1.
Let's see.
And that is the first gear shift of the season.
Yes, the first gear shift of the season. It is Mr. Jacko. And round about now, there he is, comes out onto the racetrack, and Jacko begins the Kia series with his beautiful red and white livery. Though it's not quite red. It's like a weird type of red. So there we go, a slight red on his car as well. So he comes out on to the race circuit, and we're on board then with good old Jack Ricketts then as he comes through down into the first couple of corners so far with what can only be described, Vetro, as a car which is red.
It is red with a bit of white. This is correct. It is going to be hard to see who is who, because if you look at the bottom left, from 10 to 14, all the cars are black on the screen. So
one of them's blue, one of them's blue, but I'll let you off.
One of them is blue. Yes, Baza is blue. Speedy Racer as well is a black car. Speedy Quinn. It's going to be hard to to see who is who and where is where on the minimap, but we'll figure it out.
And now, Patrick, whilst we're here as we're watching our first car on a flying lap, I think we should go through what can be who is on their Joker for the first race. Now, there is 3 of them, by the way, if you don't know, and those 3 are, Patrick. Do you want to give a drum roll? There we go, your drum roll. It is Danny Quinn, aka Speed Quinn. We've got Indecisive, and we've also got Niels on their Joker, so they'll be doing a 1-stop. Hopefully, they might be doing a 2-stop potentially, because remember, you can do it if you want to. Though it's not ideal. If you get playoff points if you do that 1-stop strategy. So those 3 are going to be the ones that do it. But let's go on board with Jacqueline as he chucks it through into Abby Len. 183 miles an hour as he comes down into the second corner then. As well, this is into the loop and then down into Aintree corner. The left, then the double left-hander. Through it comes. 3rd gear up to 4th. Into 5th, up into 6th, and then up to 7th, into 8th. Right about now, there is 8th gear, up to 9th. Well, there isn't a 9th gear in this, as he breaks down into Brooklands, then down into 5th, down into 4th. The revs build back up as you come now into Luffield, into the right-hander. And this is one of the best parts of the circuit in the world, Ventures. You come through here, build the speed up as you now come into Woodcut corner, and then down the old straight into Cops.
This is one of the most fastest corners in F1, of course. Really, really good overtaking opportunity if you've got the balls for it, but it can also go horribly wrong, as we've seen in real life, of course. It is a corner, which is yeah, it is one of the most hard corners and terrifying corners. Yeah.
Here comes Jacko through Stone. Looks like he's got that one pretty hooked up. So you now break it down into the last couple of corners, into the Vale, and then into Club, I believe it is. Or is it Club and then Vale? One of the 2. I always got those 2 confirmed up. But across the line he comes then, and it is going to be a 1:28.0 then for him. Next to start a lap time will be Risky then. So...
And Haselager has also entered the circuit. We've got a yellow flag. For who is that?
That is,
spun? I do not know. I don't think so.
Yeah, someone's having that. I've seen Niels as he can't get into the lobby, by the way. He's spectating, so that could be big there. But Sullivan, there, that is Risky. We believe, as there you can see Jacko getting out of the way on the outside of turn number 4. But here we are then on board with Risky as he comes down then towards that beautiful braking zone into Brooklands. There is the British Racing Drivers Club on the right over there. That's the building right behind us, the kind of circular one. I always used to think it was the big tower block one that looks like it comes out of the 1960s, but it's not. But nonetheless, Vetro, this pink, blue, and white livery, I must say, it looks very, very beautiful. And do remember, by the way, you only get 1 lap here in Kia, and
that's
that
too wide.
is 1 lap you don't want to do because he has invalidated.
Aye. So they will not have another chance to get another lap in?
No, they won't. That's the lap then. So next up will be Victor Salzer, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I'm probably wrong there, as I normally am with pronouncing names, but we'll flow with it. And he's got that, so I must say, a beautiful livery of the gold, swoopy gold lines kind of very beautiful. I could stare at that all day.
It's not bad at all. It's kind of the gold I've got on the helmet of my virtual driver. I always love gold on cars / helmets, so let's go on board within Brooks. No, Maggots, Beckett's, and Brooklands? Chapel, okay. Yeah, I also do not know the corner names of Silverstone.
Yeah, it's one of those circuits where I mean, you know all the corner names that probably Zandvoort because I mean you're Dutch. So
no, not at all.
No, okay, never. But down into Stoke.
Some of them.
Some of them.
We've got Arie Luijendijk and we've got Tarzan Bocht in turn 1.
And you've got Marbroch, or whatever it's called, but there we go, through the last corner. Let's see, what can Vito do? Cross the line then, and that is going to be second position for him. Next
Only
to do a lap time, that is Hasselager, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Though, Vento, you know how to pronounce his name, I'm pretty certain.
Hasselager, I think he might be German. I know Lager is a beer, so that's all I can tell you.
Yeah, so here comes the beer then, in the green and slightly lighter green. It kind of reminds me of a certain car if it was blue on the side, but it's not Jordan, it's green. Could be an Aston Martin, I suppose, in some case, but through the last couple of corners, here comes Hasselager then, and let's see, through the last corner, what can he do? Can he get himself up onto the front row? Well, the answer, yes, he can. Yeah, by only 14/100ths of a second. Next to cross the line will be Thomas. Then here he is in the dark black with the purple, beautiful little purple dots, by the way. It reminds me of the 1995 or 90, was it 94? I think it was 94 livery. That was the, what was it? It was the Sauber, wasn't it? It was black and was the white on it back in those days. But through he comes then into Stoke. And again, looking nice and smooth for the driver. Right there, and let's see through the last corner, number 87. Breaks it down into club, chucks it in towards the Vale. And let's see, Thomas, he's said he's not expecting much today. Well, he's currently 4th position so far, 129.8.
It is a safe lap maybe, because you can rather have a bad lap and be into P5 or something, and have than have no lap at all. And ooh, we've got a crash, I think, or we've just got a retiree. I think that's just retiring.
Next across the line,
I'm also getting used to the new rules, of course. 1 lap, that's all you get. So after that, there's no really. You can just retire.
Yeah, next cross the line, of course, that will be Noah Clark, the American driver, of course. Now, you can probably tell which is his favourite team. It's red. It is Ferrari, of course. He is currently running a livery for that. The very side of his out of stow, I must say, then, as he comes down towards the last couple of corners. And, of course, Noah, he was a Kia driver from last season, as well as the next couple will be as well. Let's see, as he crosses the line, where can he go then? 4th position for Noah.
I just saw that Sully had a purple Sector 1. What will he do when he crosses the Sector 2 line after he goes into Maggotts and Beckett's?
Yep, and here we are then on board Michael O'Sullivan then, and this is fantastic then. On board we come with the livery, which is very reminiscent, he said, of the BMWs or the old Williams. Yeah, purple Sector 2. This looks like a very solid lap time then from the, well, I'm going to say the Williams driver there, because it looks like a Williams. So that's what we're going to go with for the time being then. Let's see, Sully through into the braking zone, down in a 3rd. Looks very smooth for here. Can he displace Jacko, who so far stands atop his pedestal then? Let's see, is he toppled? No, he's not. A 128.3. The next across the line, that will be Isaac. I believe that might be. Is that Kingen? I believe it is, Len. So he is next across the line as he comes through the back end of the circuit. We've got a yellow flag.
And we've got someone off at the Maggotts Beckett's.
But it looks like that.
That's Noah Clark.
Noah Clark spinning it. Then on board and outboard we go with Kingen. Then through the last couple of corners for the driver running a blue and yellow livery, I might say. It's also, you've got so many beautiful liveries, and I'm terrible. I've got to try and figure out what to call them all, because I'm so used to calling them teams. But let's see what Kington can do, and it is P5 then. So he also can't displace that. Next across the line is Newgarden. He'll be the next, I believe, to finish lap. Indeed it is, because he's the next driver currently on that. So there we go. We're right on board with Newgarden. He's got, of course,
also left the pits, so he'll be one of the One of the ones we have to look out for tonight. I think we've done some practice with her today. She's looking strong on the race pace, so let's see what she can do.
Yeah, you got it. Looked good in Sector 1. Looks good in Sector 2 as well. Again, also purple. Now, the issue is, off the top, I don't know if it's actually purple. It could say it says it's purple. Will it be purple though when he comes to the line? That is the ultimate question I like playing with. It's like the ultimate gambling game. Is he going to go quicker than Jacko, who so far has been pole for, as now the... We're on the 9th driver to cross the line. Let's see what he can do. Can Newgarden put it on pole position? No, he can't. Also 5th. This is looking very good so far for
Look
Jacko.
At how close the gaps are. Look at how close the gaps are between P3 and P5.
There it is. Next cross line will be Jake, of course, that being Jake Warrior, and he is a lovely little warrior here then as he comes through the back end of the circuit. Was not a purple Sector 2, but that might mean it's purple. Who knows what it could be? Coming through the last couple of corners for him then as he finishes his lap time. And now this is going to be interesting, Vetro, to see. Can Jay... Now, he's one of those drivers, he was very fast last season. And he'll be hoping to see, can he get himself near the front end of this grid? I think he'll be aiming for about 4th position, though. Well, you know what? He goes and puts it on pole position. So, there we go. I thought he was aiming for 4th. He's definitely not aiming for 4th. He's aiming for 1st.
I think Baza is... Oh, he's on his outlap. Who's going to cross the line next?
It will be Matt King. Now, I believe that's indecisive, if I'm not too certain. So, we'll find that out.
Well, I do know that Baza is about to start his lap time.
Yeah, indecisive. He's invalidated his lap time, so we'll go on board then with the next person. That will be Jess, who has set a purple Sector 1, by the way, which absolutely means nothing on my game, because as we know with my game, if you've known me a while, it's absolutely buggered. It says things it shouldn't do. It'll probably rain during this stream, and it might not rain in real life. But through Cop's Corner, their lap's pretty smooth there. One's a little bit wide, but not invalidated. That's crucial. Not invalidated there from Jess. And we know she said she can get around about a mid-28, so 28 to 29. That's what she potentially is aiming for. Let's see what she can do. Through then Sector 2. It's not been a too bad lap time for her. The red light fasten cause means she has running low on fuel, but that doesn't matter. We've got the yellow flag at turn number 1. That'll be
slowing down.
Slowing down. Through the last couple of corners comes Jess. Then on the bracelet, down into 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, up to 3rd, up to 4th. Right about now, there is 4th gear through the last corner. Looks smooth so far for the English driver. And 9th position for her so far. But the crucial thing, Vetro, is she did finish a lap time and others have not. Next across the line will be Barry. So that's Bazza, if I'm not too mistaken. Now, he, of course, was a Kia driver from last season. He is on those medium tyres. As well,
maybe restart your mic because you're kind of crumbling on my end. Don't know if it's also on the stream, but
no, it should be fine, I think. I'll do that, but hopefully that's okay now. But Baz across the line, then he goes 7th, and next up, Vetro, that is Quinn, and he is, of course. He spoke to me before the season. He said he is gunning for glory. He wants to win this championship.
I think everybody does. He's now coming through the corner I do not know the name of.
Brooklands into Woodcut.
I keep forgetting all the corners. I know this is Cops. Full flat. Can he keep it? No, he cannot keep it fully pinned. But he can carry a lot of speed through there. We've got the new Maggots. And then we've got Beckett. And then we've got Chapel. And then the long straight up into
straight. Wait, no,
Cops?
Stowe.
Stowe. Yeah,
now, Stowe. I can remember the corners' names now. Now look what's happened. Into Stowe corner he comes. And I tell you what, Quinn, he's looking very solid right now. It doesn't say purple, but it most certainly probably means it is purple. So let's see, can he go and put himself on that front row of the grid through the last 2 corners? And let's see then, for the driver who wants to be pole, is pole position then. And by a massive margin of nearly 8/10 of a second. Next up will be Rye Racer. That is Yuri Hasselager as well. That, of course, is the Dutch driver.
It might be Baza.
No, he's
going to start on that,
that.
I think. He's already done the lap.
Yeah, we've got Niels and Rye Racer to do their lap times right now. First up being speed wire racer then through the last corner, a livery which I helped him pick, by the way, and I must say I absolutely adore this livery. It's beautiful. But here he comes then through the last couple of corners into sector 3. This looks like it could also be a very good lap time. Is it purple? Who knows? It does not say it's purple then in sector 2. Could this mean it could be up there on pole position? Could it be second position? Let's see. Through the last 2 corners. It's too wide. He's invalidated. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, that's all he wanted to do there. The man who wanted the championship glory, the one who felt so confident, has invalidated. And last season's Kia champion now. Let's see what Niels can do. He's purple in sector 2. And how much is he going to be then? Can he get it through the last couple of corners? Let's see. Down in the braking zone comes Niels. And let's see. Through the last 2 corners, he keeps it within those white lines then. Chucks it into the left. Chucks it into the right. Keeps it nice and smooth. Pins the throttle. And comes to the line. And is it pole? It's only 8th position. And that is a real surprise.
I think Brescia should be really happy he got that car on P9 on the medium tires. Who were the ones who got the Joker again?
That would be, as I'll go grab it back up on my computer, my laptop should I say, that is 3, that's Quinn, that's Indecisive, and Niels as well. Of course, Niels, he is a 9th. Quinn is gonna be starting on pole position, so he's got a huge opportunity, and of course Indecisive as well, who is currently down in what is 15th position. So 2 of your 3 drivers starting down the back, and 1 driver starting at exactly the front. So it's a topsy-turvy day for the people who want to have their Jokers on right now. So that's going to be interesting to see. Veteran, as we get into qualifying, Quinn with that lap time over 6 tenths quicker than second position. That is an almighty gap.
Aha, it is a gap. It is, what a lap time, a 1:27.2.
Indeed, as we get ourselves into... Now, the question is, Vettel, what is the race going to be? Is that also going to be dry? And the fun thing is, we won't know about that until we get into it, and because we don't see what the weather's going to be for the race. So let's see. It is raining.
It is going to rain.
Wow.
So, I do not know who it was again, but the one who is qualified on the mediums is not going to be too happy. Because now he did a lap on the mediums, he could have got on the soft. In retrospect. But, of course, you never know.
Yeah, indeed. Rain falling here in Silverstone. I believe that's intermediate conditions. I believe. I'm only saying that by...
I only see one AI man with an umbrella, so I don't think it's too bad.
Yeah, I think it's intermediate conditions. That is my guess. Now, how close will I be to that is a different opportunity, of course, because it might be wet, so I think it's intermediate. So we'll find out in about 6 seconds what all our drivers are going to do. And the question is it going to dry up during this race? That's something I also don't know, and I'm certain no one's going to know, but I believe, let's see, what tyres are all the drivers on. It's intermediate conditions then as we get underway for our formation lap.
Of course, these first corners are really, really treacherous, because the first 2 corners are full flat, almost, under normal circumstances. Of course, not if you're going through there with 16 drivers, but the first real braking zone is a lot later. So in that right-left hander, if you go side by side with someone and you hit someone off, that's gonna result in a big shunt.
Yeah, it certainly is then, as they all warm up down the Wellington Straight, then down into Brooklands and Luffield. I always used to call it Luffields and Brooklands. The only reason I know it's Brooklands and then Luffields, because if you're on board of a car, there's a nice sign that on the right that says Brooklands. Right there on one of the buildings, so that's always good to see. If you forget what corner you're at, it says on a giant wall what corner we are currently. So, with 3 people on their Joker, of course, Quinn, Indecisive, and Wire. So that all pretty much goes out the window right now. Pretty much everyone here will be doing a 2-stop strategy. Now remember, of course, if you stop under the safety car, You can do it, however, it does not count towards your Axel Joker. That means you still have 2 stops to go, so we'll be keeping an eye out as well. Remember, if the safety car comes out, we'll see if anyone comes in for that one.
Everybody has to do a minimal of 2 stops. Unless you've got a Joker, then you have to do a minimal of 1 stop. And if you stop behind the safety car, it does not count towards that tally.
Yes. Right on. There we go. So we've got there in the end of that. So yippee days. So up front, it's going to be Quinn from Jake. Jacko in third. Well, this is going to be a nice spicy race for your league owner. He comes into this, and it's raining. Is it the curse of Jacko? Who knows? Well, right now, Vinto has gone through him. He has gone very much through him right there, as a few people are doing their ghostiness. But we get ourselves down towards the grid.
The start will be crucial, especially around Silverstone. So, I can't wait to see who will come out in front at the first corners.
Just waiting on Y-Racer at the back lane for him. He just about sets himself into grid slot then. So, up front, the top guys ready. So, Vetro, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and when they are off, it is go! And it's a good start. Looks like it's a tenderous start from the front guys. But it looks like Quinn gets himself off the line. Jacko gets an awesome start. But it's El Hasselager coming through into turn number 1. He's got an awesome start there for him as they fly themselves through into turn 1, 2, and 3. But on the inside, and there's contact. Jake left contact, and there's utter carnage in the midfield there. What on earth is happening? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sully brake way too late into the corner. He misjudged it, and he's got a penalty for that. And we've got a virtual safety car immediately.
Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars potentially with damage. I think Jess got involved in that as well. Noah potentially. Thomas, I think, may have also got caught up into that with the virtual safety car. I'm not sure if many of them have got damage, however. I saw it just in the background. We definitely know Sully has penalty because of the damage, though I'm not too sure who he hit, Petr. I'm not sure if it came up for you who he got a penalty for.
I was on board with him going to the start. He was on the inside, and then when he braked a bit too late, and then he hit someone at the back. And yeah, then I just saw a front wing flying. And I do not really know how many people were involved in that, but I think we're all ready to go again. Maybe some end plates going, but the only front wing who has died is the one from Sully.
Oh, we got another car off, and that's
Noah
Thomas.
Off.
Is that Noah? Yeah, we got Noah off.
He's got some damage, and we got Nevitt off. He's got 10-second time penalty as well.
Yeah, a few people having issues so far at the beginning of this race. But up front, it is Quinn who leads this race now from El Hasselager in second position from Jake, who I'm surprised didn't get damage from the start of that race. He came in at a rate of knots down into the first couple of corners. We've got a few people coming in then for their first stop. We got Risky in, and I think we've got 1 or 2 others in as well. We got pretty much the back lot in currently as well. So that is I believe Risky, Newgard, Noah, Nevitt, and Sully. 5, 10, and 5 seconds for those guys as well. So all of those people that we believe have some kind of damage of some description, or are just trying to get rid of their first stop right now and gamble for that safety car coming. But that is the last thing some of these guys wanted as well.
Yes. That's not a good start for most of them. I think Noah and Nevitt also got really unlucky in that first lap. Also damage. Sully, of course, who's got the most damage of all of them. Risky and Newgarden are already out of the pits, with Noah now leaving the pits, so they're all out on track again. Got Indecisive behind Jess Gamer, battling for the final point position.
I mean, so I've noticed one thing, by the way. King Jen, he's running on yellow fuel already. That's not normally that good, Vetcher. As was that going? Who was that going off across the grass?
That's
That
Niels.
Nils. That was Nils going across the grass. Let's say he's
Vinto has got the opportunity. He has caught up a bit. Battle for P5.
Yeah, nice and smooth through there from Vinto. Then Niels, the last series champion, not having a very good start to this race so far. But he gets him nice and through there. The rear end just snapping and snaking around. El Hasalegalo, currently fastest man on the circuit, as meanwhile Bazza comes into the pit lane then, and now he is going to be doing his stop so far as, of course, carrying on the merry way is Indecisive and also Jess as well, who I believe are massively caught up in that turn one melee of about 4, 5, 6 cars. Going very slow right there. We've got a little battle going on meanwhile between Niels, Vito, Kingjun and Waire. So the 3 cars that basically I don't know what liveries they're running on the screen, because they're all just the same colour.
They're all the same colour.
Same as Quinn actually. And Nether. Everyone likes very dark liveries. The only people that have got light colours are Hasselager.
It's not really dark, but if you look at Speedy Racer, for example, that is not a black car.
Yeah,
it just goes off of one slot, and that slot is black.
Yellow flags,
car
risky.
That's risky, and who else? He's spun on his own, I think.
That's Never down at the start line, so he's dropped it then out of the last corner. So little bit of an issue for him, but he'll get his head down, carry on his merry way. And luckily, I'm surprised we didn't see a safety car at the start of this race, better of the Carnage. But all drivers, all 16 of them, still in this race so far. But it is Quinn so far leading, but that gap's currently maintaining at around about 1.4 seconds to second position. Jake in third, Jacko in fourth, chasing down his adversary there as Quinn gets a quick stop. That Rye Racer now stops then for his first
Jacko is coming for Jake on the inside. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Yes, he is. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. Just about. Jake gets the position still, but is he going to try to hit? No. No, he's not. Jake runs a bit wide. Now he can maybe do a switchback, focus on the exit, and then maybe on the straight. If he can get a good slingshot out of there, he can maybe try to maybe dive it down the inside, maybe on the outside. He brakes pretty late, but no. Jake has still got the position for now, but we know Jacko has got the better pace right now. Is Jake going to be able to withstand him?
Yeah, let's see then, through Riviera Restland, let's see, none of them using it 2 miles. Now, I don't know, Vector, if the weather's going to get lighter or not in this race. My guess, presumably, is it's not, because I think a few people already stopped for the first thing, but it's so difficult to tell here in these conditions. If it's lightening, if it's getting darker, it's just raining, is what we can say. As Jacko thought for a second was going to have a lunge up the inside. We have a car.
We've got a spinner.
He's having
again.
He's having a torrid time right now. Warm tyres, of course. The be overheating as well. So easy to do once you get into a rhythm of having a mistake. It just compounds into a mistake, into a mistake, into a mistake. But I tell you what, right now so far is Quinn is holding the pressure right now from Hasselager as well in second position. He is doing a phenomenal job as he sets the fastest lap of this race yet again. And then behind we've got Jake and Jacko. They're having a little ding-dongerer battle for third and fourth position, followed swiftly by Niels, Vito, Kingjun as well. And we've got Jess battling away with Indecisive for 8th and 9th. And then, of course, the first of our pit stops, of course, that being Rye Racer, Newgarden, Bazza, Risky, Noah, Sully, and also Nevert as well. 7/10 of a second, so Hasselager really closing.
Mode, but so is Jake.
Oh, that's brave! Around the outside. Can he do it around the outside? Surely not. The inside will present itself low to Jake. He just about covers, but he runs slightly right. There's a bit of space, and you don't have to give Jacko a second opportunity. Now he'll use his ERS, surely. No, he thinks better of it, doesn't do so. Not. Just hits back.
Jake does.
Yeah, Jake is. And Noah Clark has retired. Now that's in the pit lane. That is in the pit lane. We will not get a safety car.
Let's go on board with Nevitt. Maybe we can see.
It's in the pits. So nothing to see there. So he's just retired it in the pit lane, Vector. So
he's just retired it. It's okay. Yeah.
Not quite sure what's happened.
The first retiree of the race and the season is unfortunately Noah Clark.
Yeah, so not
Speedy Racer left the session. It might be a disconnection.
Yeah, it looks like it most certainly is that, sure, but a slight disconnection for one driver already. One has retired. Racer has reconnected, so that is good to see for Yuri, the Dutch driver, who likes red pandas, by the way. Like me, I like red pandas a lot. Everyone likes red pandas. If you don't like red pandas, then sad red panda face.
Yeah, you're not welcome in the stream.
Yeah, you're not welcome if you don't like red
everybody
panda.
has to love red pandas.
Yeah, pretty much everyone likes red pandas. I tell you what, Jacko cutting it very fine in turn number 1 there as we get a telemetry glitch right there as all the timings decided to slightly glitch. Jacko up the inside. That's brave. Hello. Can't quite do it, but he gets up the inside. Yeah, he still gets there as I'm trying to get the telemetry to work. It doesn't seem he wants to, so we'll just roll with it right now. That's the inside, outside. He's not going to go up the inside, but he's going on the grass and gets a penalty for doing that as well, for going on the grass. Well, that's a little bit cheeky from the game, I must say, but I thought it was running a little bit risky.
He went over the line on the outside, over the line of the curbs. So the game thought, well, you're abusing the track limits. So he was a bit weaving around. And he just went on to the wrong part. So Jake didn't get a really good run out of cops, but of course in Megas and Beckett you can win a lot of time. If Jacko can keep with him, maybe on the straight he has got another chance.
Yeah, he's definitely close to Toto. He's also close to your race leader as well. I'm seeing it on the mini-map. It's also closing. Vito has got a penalty as well as I am trying to get this thing to hop up. Hopefully it resets itself at the end of this lap.
The interval is not really...
Yeah, the interval's kind of a little bit glitched right now, which is a slight shame.
Jacko's really close. He's going to take the inside there, surely.
Let's see. Still can't do it. Still has to just sit back. I tell you what, Hasselberger made a small mistake. Now we've got the telemetry starting to come back up. Thank goodness it's come back up, so the little desync has ended. We are on lap 7 right now as Quinn leads, so I believe that is the beginning of the first stage of this race. Of course, it's lap 7. I believe it's also lap 14 as well for Quinn. So he is just up front dominating this race so far. On the inside again comes Jacko. Has he got it stopped this time around? I don't think so, but he's got a good exit. And now they fight side by side. There, down we come to the Wellington Straight. And let's see, are they going to make it through here then? Side by side, one corner into Brooklands. And I think just about Jacko's got this. Jake slightly backs up. Both of them go off the road there. Both of them can't make the corner. As through there goes the top 2 lapping. I believe that is Thomas. Never right there. Jacko in 3rd position. Jake in 4th. And I tell you what, Jacko pulling up a super move there into entry.
Yep, he's taken the podium spot for now, but don't forget he's got a penalty, 3 seconds. Let's see, the rest of the cars are all joining up. Niels not too far behind. Vinto only 1 second away, and behind there is Kingen.
Yeah, most certainly. So what is going to be interesting to see right now is who is going to be doing their stops when we believe everyone will be doing at least a 2-stop strategy here. Now we know some of them, of course, like I mentioned earlier, that being, of course, Quinn, Niels, and also Indecisive. Those 3 will be stopping.
To say, it's drying up.
Yeah, it is. Now tell you what,
I already saw Jacko trying to get on the wet patches just to cool the tires off. Now, who has got the most grunt and actually goes on the softs for the first time? Because if you go on the softs too early, it's race over.
Yeah, if you go on too early, race over. Too late, it is also going to be one of those moments you don't want to forget. We got a car off, and that
might be Sully. No,
Never. Safety car. Safety car. So Never has binned it into the wall, and that brings out the safety car. And Risky has come into the pit lane. Now, I'm wondering here, is he going to gamble on a set of slicks? Now, he can do it. I don't believe it will count towards his thing, but it is a set of slick tyres. Now, that is cheeky. He's gone on a set of slicks with the safety car. Now,
right into the wall there. How did he do that?
Yeah, it's a very odd
on board with Jess. If you go on board with Speedy Racer, you can see him on the right. He just despawned. But how did he get the car all the way up there?
I tell you, this could be a really big moment here for Risky. Has he done? Are we going to see other people do this?
Medium tire. Is this the way to go?
I mean, obviously, he will have to stop again still, of course.
Oh.
No matter what he does. He has done his second stop, but he will have to do another stop after it, I believe. So, I didn't catch exactly where he came into the pit lane. I know one or two people have just come in there. And that is Vito's coming then. So he is, of course, he'll still have to do 2 more stops. Now, if I was him, I'd be sitting on a set of soft tyres right now, wouldn't you not, Veto, if he's got to stop again?
Oof. This is a really tough decision, and we do not know how long the safety car will take. Maybe about 1 or 2 laps. Well, everybody is everywhere on the circuit, so it might be...
set of Red Bulls.
Yeah. Might take a while for the entire field to catch up to the safety car, so there is a bit of time. If it dries up enough, then this is the way to go.
Yeah, I'm certain. This is a very bold strategy call then for the drivers. And,
now it's really, this can make or break the race.
Yeah, it's going to be a make or break moment there. We're seeing Thomas says what happened to him there. So he got the rear end snapped around on him and he couldn't catch it until he hit the wall. So that's a real unfortunate way to end the murder race. We've also got Sully now in the pits as well. Yeah, we've got Speedy Racers, as I say, in the pits. And I'm surprised, Vector, we're not seeing more of these. Goes. Yes, Sully also coming in the pits. A lot of these drivers, Vector, coming in. And this is a very good strategy. Risky, he's on the mediums.
On the medium tires. It's really intriguing what's about to happen. Because, of course, the entire top 7, are they also going to pit when they cross the pit lane? I think they do. I think they will.
Well, I mean, the question is, Vector, if you stop now, you're going to lose a lot of time. But if you don't stop now, you're going to lose a lot of time. If I was these guys up here, you're in a do or die moment right now. Because a few people behind, they've gone on a very bold strategy. I'd be coming in the pit lane right now. I mean, you'll still have to stop twice. But, I mean, if you stop now, you have an opportunity to come out ahead of the guys who are on that. You mean, you still have to stop. So will everyone. Oh. But I think we've got Jacko stays out. Jacko comes in. Jake comes in as well. So those two, I think they might know what they're doing right now. I think we'll be surprised here. Are we going to see Jess come in as well? Yes, we are. So these guys, they're all being very smart right now.
What's his decision?
He's staying out. And that's going to be a mistake for these guys. This is a big, big mistake. I mean, yes, like I said, these guys will all have to stop another 2 times in this race. But remember, Vetcher, we've got, what, 16 laps to go. If I was these guys, set a 2 sets of soft tyres and go for it. They're not. They're going to go on the mediums, but...
Is it actually dry enough for the softs to work on race pace?
It's certainly drying.
It is drying, but when the safety car goes again... I think we've got another 1 lap behind the safety car to go. Is it going to be dry enough? Are they going to finish the race on the inters? Surely not.
No, they won't finish on the inters. They still, all these guys have to stop another 2 times, of course. So quite a lot of them actually will have to stop again. In fact, I'm pretty certain we've seen only drivers that are have done their first stop, I believe, fully. That is Y-Racer, Risky, and also Sully. Those are the 3 people that have done their first stops fully. Everyone else has to do another stop there. So there is that one.
I think we might be going racing this lap as well if everybody gets a bit together again. But Sully is going to pit again. So what is he going to go on then?
That's surprising to see Sully in the pits. I'm not sure what's happened to him there.
Well,
if he's
it doesn't count either because it's behind the safety car.
Yeah, it's behind the safety car, so it's not going to count again. Is he going to set
go to the softs then? Yes, he is. No, he isn't.
Mediums. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happened there to Sully because, I mean, the safety car is going to stay out another lap, I believe. So, more these guys, more this stays out, more this is helping absolutely everyone behind Vetro. If I was Quinn Hasselhag and Niels Kington, I'd be coming in the pit lane right now. I mean, these guys have... This is a big blunder for them as well as indecisive. Because right now, it's dry. It's completely dry. Yeah.
Sully is trying to serve a penalty, he says. But it didn't.
I'm pretty certain you can't serve a penalty under the safety car. And none of these guys are going to come in. They're all staying out. It's bone dry, Vector. It's bone dry. I don't know why they haven't stopped now, because they're going to lose so much time.
Well,
Newgarden comes in.
They should have pit last lap, because now Newgarden is going to pit, and now he's losing even more position than what he would if he pitted a lap ago.
Yeah, Newgarden comes in. I believe he may have also stopped earlier. This is the thing where it gets very confusing very quickly. See who is actually on what stop and who's actually got a full legitimate stop. I know that at least Y-Race and Risky, I believe Newgarden has done one stop so far, and I know Sully has also done one stop. The rest have still got to do 2 stops.
And Niels has got the Joker as well. Well, he's the only one and Indecisive, I think, also has got the Joker. I think.
Yeah, Quinn's also on a Joker strategy as well, so he's staying out. Now, he could set on a set of medium tires, so for Quinn, this is a good strategy to stay out, to be fair for him.
I think maybe they try to stay out as long as possible so they can finish the race on that compound, because, of course, 15 laps...
15 laps of medium tyres, they'll go to the end of this race. So yeah, I think you are right. My apologies about this. So that will be explaining why Indecisive, Niels and Quinn have stayed. I'm surprised though that Hasselager, Kingen haven't come in the pit lane. I know, I tell you what, who is on a good position right now. That will be Vito. He is looking like he could be a very good force to reckon with later on in this race.
This is actually also the first time I realized they actually have the Aston Martin safety car in the game. I didn't know that.
That's the first time you've seen it, is it?
This is the first time I've seen it in the game, yes.
Oh, there we go. Just say hello to the Aston Martin. I really like Aston Martins, actually, so you can say hello to it.
I love Aston Martins. I don't really like the look of this car, personally, but that doesn't matter. It's going away.
I'll tell you what, right now, Sully has made a very big blunder, and look, the sun is out. The sun is out. Now, remember, of course...
Look at the gap. Oh dear, 40 seconds.
Yeah, he's not going to catch that. He'll get close, but it won't get close enough. But remember, for these guys, we're running on Quinn. Now, he has to go around, not very early. He can wait as long as he can. He has to go 2 bits before the start line, so pretty much is out of the last corner. And then he can get that car running underway. So we're on board then with the man who is going to be setting the pace. Wait for it, and I think
if there's going to...
now he can go, and now he goes then. He gets a good start, and looks like a few other people got a very good start. The top 4 has a flying start up the inside there. There goes, I think it was that Niels up the inside of Kingen. Vito, he's going to have to be very careful as he comes down into the braking zone. Doesn't want to come a cropper here at the start of this race, as well as he got one car. He's trying to get a second car as well, as they all fly through. I think we've got 1, 2 yellow flags at the background. I think that might be Bazza going backwards.
Yeah, Bazza. But they're all on the inters, and there's not a singular drop of water on the circuit.
Yeah, these guys are going to be burning their tyres like absolute mad.
Finto, oh, he's gone! Finto's gone! Together with Hasselager. I was about to say, Finto has to get past these guys as soon as possible, but he's not going to, because him and Hasselager are now in P11 and 12.
Oh, and he almost rejoins right in front of Bazza and Sully, who's just about caught up the back of this pack. But Quinn still leads this race then from Kingdom. But here comes Y-Racer up the inside into Maggots, into Beckett. This will be beautiful stuff. He has to back out. Indeed, it's a beautiful move. And now then he can Jacko follow him through. Has to sit back then. He'll get the inside line now. And these guys all on the slip. Oh, that's a big off.
He's off.
And then Jacko off as well. And absolute carnage. Absolute carnage. There's mayhem. Absolute mayhem. And unsurprisingly, the safety car is deployed. What drama here in Silverstone. And that was an almighty crash.
3 cars out. It's Kingen, Indecisive and Jess all out.
Mother of dear words, that was horrendous. And safety car, and we've got 1 car in the pit lane. That is Niels. Has he? I don't think he's timed that perfectly. I don't think he's got caught out that. He might still have to come in. But we got everyone else coming in. But that was a mother of all shunts there. Jacko losing it there with contact with, I think was that, that must have been with Kingen there. Indecisive and Jess had absolutely nowhere to go as the stricken cars flying across the circuit. But what drama do we have here in the first race in Silverstone?
Well, that's a clip I'm going to save for a different angle of the crash, because it was a really hard crash. I think one of the cars was stranded on the circuit, and one of them could not. It all happened pretty quickly. I know that Jacko went off, and then just was such a concertina effect, and just like a domino effect, I should say.
Yeah, that was a domino effect and a half. I've never seen a crash like that for a long time. I just about caught the back end of it. I think you got a better view of it, Vextrolo.
Hard to say. Don't know what your view about it was, but I did see a lot of car parts flying around. But now everybody is on the soft or medium tires, except for Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn, he's staying on the intermediates. He is gambling. And here is, he can't stop.
Surely.
He can't stop. He's just going to stay out because he wanted to stop, but he couldn't. Everyone else is coming to pit. They nils. He's in a bit of...
Look at the tire marks on the circuit as well.
Look at the debris as well. There's so much debris down there as well. And my voice.
Got Jacko off again.
Yeah, Jacko's got floor damage, Vettel. He's going to have floor damage. I remember what happened to you once upon a time, and me once upon a time as well. When you get floor damage, it's pretty much game over.
Game over. But he had a pretty big smack against the barrier as well. His car survived. Well, survived. I say that. All four wheels are still on. That's all I can say about it. Floor damage, yeah, he's going.
Oh yeah, he's look
again.
at that. Look at that. That is what floor damage can do, and it won't get It won't get any better. That is terminal damage. So I think Jacko there, he's out of this race pretty much. But he can try and finish it. It'd be good. But he can try and finish.
Limp the car home, and maybe you can still get a point if someone or something goes amiss.
Well, let's see. They must be very careful into Cop's corner because it's going to swap ends very easily.
Oh, there. Well, that's something you cannot do on the controller.
Yeah, something it's very difficult to do. But like I said, yeah, that's pretty much his race, but completed for him. But if you are just joining us, we are literally just under halfway through this race, and we are on the second safety car after a huge accident involving Jacko, Jet, Indecisive, and also Kingdom. All unfortunately pretty much caused there by contact with Jacko and Kingdom, of course. But of course, that is murder racing. But that was a horrendous crash, Vetro. I can only say I feel so horrible for the cars coming onto it. I've been involved in crashes like that. There is no chance to avoid it. When you come through a corner like that, it's Chapel Corner, it's 170 miles an hour as you come out of it, and then you see a car right in front of you, and there is nothing you can do.
Yeah, the amount of speed you carry out of that corner. I mean, if there's just a car stranded in the middle of the circuit, and you cannot avoid it, then there's just a domino effect, and the next car behind you also. I think the accident could actually be a lot worse because there was such a big group coming. I think some people were actually able to avoid it. So, but yeah, if you just see the carnage, the aftermath of what happened.
Safety car in this lap. So we're going to get back racing. I'll tell you what, my advice after this race is going to be gone again. I have got a drink, but it's not doing me any good.
Talking about a drink. Before going again, let's get a good sip of water, because who knows what will happen after we get going again.
Quinn right now is probably going to be an absolute... Well, all these drivers have got to stop again. They've all got to stop again.
So much.
So we're right on board then with Quinn as he comes through the last corner. And we are back racing. Look back, see if who's got a good start.
Jake immediately on the outside.
Yeah, Jake's got a good start at all. These guys are all going to be very cautious there. Quinn, wire racing good to bad exit. He's going to pass there. I think Quinn's just going to hold his line on the outside. Must be careful. He gets contact there, and I think 1-2 cars going wide yet again in the background. There's absolute mayhem right now as a bot has invaded our stream vector. I've just seen on the thing. Oh dear Lord. But we'll look at this. Look, we'll keep an eye on the background. Yeah, look at this as they come through into Brooklands then. We got Newgard and we've got Niels who just touches the rear. I think as he got damaged, Quinn is in absolute He's got no grip. Look at him. He's just struggling out there. He's almost plumb dead last. Jacko's going to come past as well. But what a...
With the stricken car. Is he actually going to make cops? Is he? Yes, he makes it around and he overtakes Quinn. For the final post position.
Yeah, White Racer though leads this race now. Remember, everyone's still got to stop again. I believe I'm 99.9% certain that Niels will also have to stop again. Twice. I don't think he did that. Well, he has to stop one more time. I don't think he did that perfectly, Vettori. When that safety car came in. I think he might still have to stop once more. Yeah, Jake's going to come in. These guys are all going to come in now for their for the next stop. These guys, I believe all of them are going to have to stop one more time after this as well. This is the issue right now. I have no idea who's actually leading this race. I mean, by all my calculations, it's going to be...
Speedy Racer, he's won 15 positions, and Risky has won 12 positions. So that means that Speedy Racer started last, I think.
We got yellow flag, and that is Risky.
Look at this. Everybody's in the pits except for the top 4.
Yeah, that's the thing here right now. All of them have to come in because they've got to do another... they've all got to do one more stop after this, I believe. We've got
he's gone up again. I think Risky's also got terminal damage.
He might not, Vettor. He might just have some... he might just have overheated tyres on that car. It's very possible.
I do not think so. I think they would have cooled down enough after that spin in whatever the corner called. I think Abby.
That is... yeah, it's not, I think just after Abby. Yeah, I think it's. I think you're right. Damage. I think you're right there, Vettor. That is not good there for Risky. He's got big trouble there, Sunshine. As through comes Vito Jake as well. You got all of them coming through there, and they want to be careful. But look, they've got no grip out there either. As in comes White Racer. In does not come, Nils. He stays out in the lead of this race, but I believe he has to come in one more time. I think he might have to put that in to into the stewards. I'm not sure unless he does come in. Bazza is currently following suit. He's got to do one more stop. DRS has been enabled, of course, finally in this race after what's nearly 7 laps. It's taken a while, but the safety car, of course, coming out twice, run after another. Jacko is getting overtaken by Quinn, who's now up to 10th. Quinn can go to the end of this race, Barlow, if you don't know as well. Of the 2 people that are currently in this race that are on their Joker, that is being Quinn and Niels. Of course, I believe Niels still has to stop again. I don't think he's timed that very perfectly. Talking of Niels,
well,
he gets himself 3 seconds time.
He's got a penalty now. Speedy Racer behind Risky. I don't think that's a bit of a challenge because... that car is absolutely shafted.
Yeah, it's been absolutely shattered by whatever's gone on with it. I'm not sure if he got caught up in an incident earlier that we didn't miss, but there was a lot of carnage out there. That or his tyres are just overheated, which is always a possibility. We'll see if Vettor run on board then with Risky and see how he does Cop's Corner, if it starts snapping or not, and that will give us a clear indication.
I'll go on board with Jake.
It looks fine. It looks fine. I think, like I said, Vettor, I think it was just the tyres were overheated. We know, as I said earlier on with Never, once the tyres overheat, you lose all ability to really be able to do anything. Yeah, Niels is in. Niels is in. So, yeah, he is going to be doing that next stop then. So, another set of soft tyres to the end of this race. I thought, potentially, that was too early for him. I thought he got caught out by that. Indeed, he did. But he couldn't do a lot about it. Otherwise, it ended up like Quinn did. So, doing what he did, to be fair, kind of worked. Because behind him, everyone else still has to do one stop. The question is, where is he going to come out in relation to Quinn? He'll come out way ahead of Quinn, I think. Is he going to come out actually... He should come out pretty close, actually. I think he'll come out just
Jacko
in between.
in as well, again.
Yeah, Jacko in as well. I think coming out right now.
Has he got damage because he spun again? Might be.
Yeah, Jacko calls for that floor damage from earlier, but out comes Nils. Just ahead of Newgarden and also Quinn as well. We are on lap 18, by the way. I've completely missed it because this battle's been absolutely carnetic, and I've no idea who's been leading this race most of the race. But we've got our second point for someone as we have passed the second stage. Who is it? I don't know right now because this is just absolute carnage in this race. People on a 4-stop, a 3-stop, a 1-stop still for Quinn, and also as well. I tell you, Quinn actually, he's just doing his 1-stop strategy. This actually might work pretty well for Quinn still because everyone else ahead, I believe Newgard and Niels has not got to stop again. Vito, I believe, Risky, I believe Jake, well yeah, Racer and Bazza, they all have to stop in. Yeah, Bazza comes in now for his next stop. I believe he is safe to go to the end of this race as well. Though,
here comes Pinto on the back of Risky. Is he going to go outside? Yeah, he's going to go outside. Is he going to hold it though? He's on the soft.
Oh!
Risky's on the mediums. Oh dear.
There was contact there and Risky dives straight in the pits.
Together with Jake.
Whew. I tell you what, this is getting me a voice workout right now. That was awfully close. You don't want to be doing that. So easy to loop it around, but my oh my, this has been an absolute carnetic race here in Silverstone with what can only be described as carnage, Vector, I might say. This is Kia Series at its very best, where the poor commentator, me, has no idea what's going on.
Well, we've seen a lot of guys already KIA, killed in action. Unfortunately, we've got
Bazza and Niels, Vector. Sorry to cut over you. Let's see Niels up the inside of Bazza. This is for, believe, the race lead here. Let's see. Is he going to hold the outside line? Backs out of it. Does Basil? Doesn't want to risk it there around the outside as Niels now gets the power on and starts to vault away. Quinn as well, not too far away from these guys, but I don't think he's going to be getting P1 potentially in this race, but he's definitely in a good situation for that podium as he closes right up to Newgard. Is he going to have a look into the first over the complexes? It does look like Newgard gets out of the way, of course, both in the speed team. So looks like, of course, Newgard not holding up his fellow compatriot there of Quinn, which is good to see in some respect there between those two drivers.
And now Quinn is on his way to Bazza and Niels. I don't think Newgard has got the pace to follow as of now. But let's see, maybe he can still keep in the slipstream. Bazza now really close to Niels. 3/10 is the gap. The battle for the podium. Oh, he's almost lost it, Niels. He might have also got a bit of damage, maybe.
Yeah, he might just, it's just turn 1, but we know how difficult it is, turn 1 and 2. How we've seen so many cars snapping and drifting through that corner. But it is, of course, Racer on that 3-stop strategy.
Well, Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn outside line. And this is crucial then, really, if he wants to win this race. He needs to get past Bazza pretty much now. He needs to get past him pretty much. Goes Niels, and out of the race is he? My goodness!
Not quite.
He looks so good. I was saying he needs to get past him. Well, he doesn't now because Niels has dropped it then out of the field down towards Woodcote, and he looks so good to potentially win here in Silverstone, but it's all gone up in smoke.
I already saw it earlier, just so early on the front.
And here comes Quinn now into 3rd position. We still believe the top 2 will have to come in. Indeed, here comes Vinto in the pits. This is looking beautiful for Quinn. We've got another car, and that's Risky now off.
Risky.
What?
No damage. Just
what is going on here in Silverstone?
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, with Niels, I saw it earlier, just the car snapping so quickly, and now that was just a snap he could not correct, and unfortunately lost his front wing, and all the way down into P7.
And now, all of a sudden, it's Yuri leading Mr. Quinnoff in 2nd position. And who thought we'd see that at the beginning of this race? We'll look through as we got another yellow flag. That there Risky. For Risky. He's having an absolute torrid time. But the real thing here is Y-Racer up 15 positions here in Silverstone. If he doesn't have to stop, this has been an absolutely beautiful drive. I think he might. We'll find out if he doesn't stop or not. I think he might, but he might not. This is the thing, I don't know.
It's just not... We just can't follow it anymore. There's just so much going on. Like Vinto getting overtaken by Jake, I think, or he was already behind him.
Yeah, Vito there dropping down 3 positions. Jake dropping, Vito down 1 position, Jake down 3. Real winners out of this race, of course. Newgarden, Bazza, as well as Quinn, and, well, Quinn down 1. Ry Racer up 2. Gap up front, though, slowly coming down now, down to 5.6 seconds here in Silverstone.
What are we going to see more of in this race? The gap between P2 and P1 is 5.3 seconds. 1 second behind there is Beza. Risky again has got a spin. He's got to watch out. Here comes Speedy Racer.
He wants to be careful there coming out the circuit because he's got another car coming right through. Indeed, he's just going to wait there, I think, just a little bit. Wait. Now you can go, Sunshine.
Now you can go.
There you go.
20 seconds to Jake. So. He's got a nice helmet though and nice gloves. A bit of an interesting color palette. Light blue, pink and white and black. Really colorful.
Yeah, it most certainly is, of course, but...
The gap is shrinking, I think. It was 5.3.
It was 5.3.
It is swinking.
Now it's 5.
Yes, it is swinking.
Yeah, swinking.
Swinking, yes.
Yeah, I can't speak right now.
Off again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He's just going to try and trundle it back through like Jacko as well, who had that issue. Nils involved. I think he might have damage. I'm surprised the wheel hasn't come off Nils there. As Sully gets a 3-second time penalty.
Let's actually take a look at the penalties.
Yeah, it's 6, 3, 3, 3, 3, 6, 3 and 3. My voice is just slightly gone there. But my racer is leading this race from Quinn in second, and wow, risky.
And he's DNF'd.
He's DNF'd in the pit, so he's. I think he's called times in the pit lane. I would be saying it's understandable he's retiring there.
It's understandable.
But he could have tried to carry it to the end. That would have been very good if he could. But of course, I think that damage might have just been a bit too much there for him in a race where we've seen drama, carnage, and more carnage. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the cars that I said before the stream could be doing quite well all around the race. And we've got
another yellow flag in sector 1.
That's risky coming out still.
That's still risky. Risky business. Well, Quinn, has he got enough time to catch up to Speedy Racer again? Because the gap was swinking, but it's not swinking enough.
Oh, right. Listen here, you. Shrinking, then to
Shrinking,
you.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't pronounce S's right now very well, but it's not useful when it's Speed Ry Racer and Speed Quinn, both beginning with S, leading this race. But Bazza in third, Newgarden in fourth. We believe potentially everyone might have done their stops. I'm not quite sure. Quinn's got a 3-second time penalty though. That's at turn 1. That might pretty much guarantee it. For if this is Y Race, if he can win this will be an outstanding victory from
it's
pretty much.
Really good for him. But Beza, he needs to win 1 second, and then he can get maybe he can get still P2 because.
Well, no, he can't because but Quinn's also they've all got 3 seconds.
Oh, they've all got 3 seconds. Ah, okay. Well, unfortunately then, he. Yeah, I do not think Quinn has got what it takes anymore to win the race. He needs to put away 3 seconds from Speedy Racer. Now he's 4 seconds behind, so it's looking good for Speedy Racer right now. He's won 15 positions.
Yeah,
from last
15
to first,
positions. Yeah, from last pretty much to first. I thought he might have had one more stop to do. Obviously, it would appear that he's timed it well. I think he stopped earlier when he stopped right in between the safety cars just earlier on. So this has worked beautifully then for iRace if he doesn't have to come in. Quinn in second. Bazza so far in third position. Newgarden there in fourth ahead of Jake in fifth. Vito in sixth position ahead of Hasselager in seventh. There's Sullivan in 8th position ahead of Jacko in 9th. Niels, of course, after that spin earlier on from the lead of this race, he is down in 10th position, Vectro.
Yeah, and Jacko in P9, he also had the floor damage, I think, and he's still keeping it on the road. So if he keeps going, he can still get 2 points.
Yeah, lap 25. I tell you what, the only person who hasn't got penalty in this race is Right Racer.
Speedy Racer.
He's driven his socks off.
And even if he did get a penalty, if he would finish like this, he would still win. So he can actually get a penalty and still get away with it. I wouldn't do it, of course, but if it would happen, it doesn't really matter for him that much. Unless Speed Quinn can actually still get close to him, but yeah, it's too late for him, I think.
Yeah, 2.8 seconds there is the gap so far between first and second. And what you can say, Vector, about this race here in Kia Series is if we're like this the rest of the season, we're in for a cracker.
Yeah, the first race has had it all, especially that really big accident earlier in the race, which, yeah, maybe jump a bit, actually. It came out of nowhere.
Oh,
and I was talking about how JACKOCAR kept everybody, everything on the roads. Now he did not, and but he will still be able to get P9, surely.
Yeah, last lap here in Silverstone.
Last lap.
Yeah, Right Racer. He's done his 2 stops then, where I must have missed it there. I thought he might have one more. Obviously not. Quinn also on that one-stop strategy. Niels was on that one-stop strategy, but he spun. Your last series champion had an absolute terrible moment about a few laps ago. He would have been right in this race, you know. He would have been right with Y Racer for this victory. He made a mistake out of Brooklands and Lovefield. That cost him a huge amount of time. But I tell you what, who is over the moon right now? Y Racer, who's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 corners-ish to go. He comes through Maggots, he comes through Beckett. And listen to the roar of the British crowd, which you probably can't hear, but we'll say you can, as they stand to applaud from pretty much last on the grid, up 15 positions. Through he comes then into the last 2 corners, into Club, into Vale. Y Racer comes through the last corner. He'll win in Britain from last on the grid. Quinn crossed the line in second. Next up, Basil will finish in third. But my oh my, Y Racer is driven an absolute manic drive from last. Basil in third, Newgarden in fourth. We now wait for Jake and Vito to cross the line in fifth and sixth. But there we are then. Jack who's got a penalty. Jake crossed the line in fifth. Vito in sixth. Hasselager in seventh. We wait then for Sully in 8th position across the line. Followed then by Jacko and Niels. But my.
Speedy Racer, what a drive. He capitalized a lot on everything that happened around him. 6 retirees. It's, yeah, especially when the rain stopped and everybody went on the softs and on the inters and whatnot. Oh, he's in low fuel mode, is he? No, he's not. Never mind.
Yeah, we're waiting on Niels then to come to the line. The man who was potentially looked for a second he could win this race. He crossed the line in 10th.
He made a big mistake. He made a big mistake, and that mistake might have cost him the race. And Speedy Racer, rightfully so, driver of the day.
Yeah, I think you can't argue with that. And what you can't argue is my voice is gonna blow up. Wow. What can you say about that? Then Vetro Y Racer from nearly plumb dead last wins here in Silverstone to take the honours, and well, that's going to be a tall order then from the Dutch driver. I don't think we're going to see that one beaten for a little bit there from last to first. Here in Silverstone, alongside him, of course, his fellow compatriot as well, of course, as well. Quinn in second, Bazza in third. Yeah, it was a last to first challenge, up 15 positions. Quinn in second, Bazza third, Newgarden fourth, Jagan Avita, Hosselager ahead of Sully, Jacko ahead of Niels. Out of this race, Risky Jess. We've got Indecisive, we've got Kington, Nevert, and also Noah as well earlier on in this race. And I think I've got to stop because I've got very much a lump in my throat.
A lump in your throat. And it's also starting to rain again. If you see in the background.
Indeed. Well, who's your driver of the day, Vector? I think I know who mine is.
Yeah. But apart from him, who do we have to give it to? Because of course Speedy Racer is the driver of the day.
He's my driver of the day. I think the next driver of the day, I think it might have to be. I think you've got to say it might be Jacko to me as well. For if he had that much damage that I think he did. Whew.
I think Niels as well. He was in a really good position. He drove his heart out, but of course one tiny mistake and the entire race can fly away as fast as your front wing.
Well, there we go then. My voice is gone. I think I'm gonna have to call it there, Vetro, but I'll let you do the final words.
Well, it's been an amazing race. Lots of drama. Of course, Evil Dragon, good job on the commentating again. The fact that you don't have a voice anymore means that we've got a really good show here tonight. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. I do not know what track we will have then, but stay tuned. Without any doubt, it will still be maybe even better than this race. Who knows? Anyway, my name is Vectro. Evil's been evil. We'll see you again next week, and goodbye.